Hello and welcome to InSight. I'm Wendy Brokaw.
And I'm Ross Sutherland.
And today we're talking about Salem Health's new rehabilitation center. It opened in February of 2016 and it's a state-of-the-art facility, 35,000 square feet on the corner of Mission and Church Streets in downtown Salem. And it's tailored to offer specialized and collaborative care, and everything is designed to get you back to your life. And here to talk about it is Phil Hayworth, who is the Rehabilitation Services Manager. Welcome, Phil.
Well, thank you.
Can you give us an idea of what type of rehabilitation center it is and what it isn't?
Yeah, great question. You know, we provide physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and also some psychology services to our patients. And it's not a rehab, and it's not alcohol or drug rehab. It's really about physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and psychology services. And, you know, we've been providing rehabilitation for about 35 years in our community. And so we're just excited to have a new space to do that.
Can you kind of walk it through it a little bit and sort of tell us kind of the major areas of the building?
Yeah, so, you know, first of all, we have a large aquatic therapy pool, and it's a state-of-the-art pool, and we're there to put all sorts of different types of patients in there. So whether it's a kid who is learning to walk, or whether it's a person suffering from arthritis, or maybe they've had a joint replacement or spine surgery, or they're recovering from a stroke. We also use our aquatic therapy pool for patients recovering from chronic pain. So it's a great tool that we have to get our patients moving and helping them get through and reach some of their goals.
You know, there's a Google map that will take you on a tour, a virtual tour of it, but we took some video. Why don't we take a look at that?
Oh, great.
Yeah, just pictures worth 1,000 words. Let's have some video.
When people walk in the front door, it's just incredible, their responses. You've brought the outside in, and so when people are here working out, they don't feel like they're working out, they feel like they're actually out in nature. They want to be here and they like being here. It isn't a difficulty to come for therapy or to interact. It just makes it extremely pleasant, and that's the best you can hope for.
We're old pros at this now, aren't we? How's it feeling? Good. You want to try some walk-in without the walker? Okay. Okay. So this vector system runs along a track overhead. It prevents patients from falling when they're strapped into the harness system, and it also offloads body weight to help things like walking and standing up from a chair be more easy for the patient.
This is gonna hold you like a nice little hug, okay? Ready? Up and in. Good, and just lay on back. That'll go. We're gonna pull your feet in. This just feels freeing. If they're used to kind of being in a chair, they just kind of get to float around here a little bit. So here we'll use something like this. Sometimes we're taking kiddos into our pool downstairs, and just the freedom of movement that they can have in the pool is something they don't get to experience very often.
Now they're going to stop flashing, but 2 would be your next target. Now what are you looking for? 3. That's right. Doing great. I think that people see the building and they go, wow, they really got their act together, right? That gets them in the door. But no building anywhere compares to the people that are inside it. What we've got here is both. So we've got a really great building, and we have superb staff, very well trained.
Push both hands at the same time to go straight. Both hands. That a girl. A little bit further, and you're gonna stop just before you hit me. Good job.
It's a perfect combination.
Wow.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's gorgeous, architectural wonder.
Yeah, it's great. We are so excited to have this state-of-the-art building and a new space. And, you know, like I said, there's some other things that are just fabulous about the building. We have a brand new some state-of-the-art equipment. So one of them in particular is our overhead gate system, really about harnessing a patient in to provide a real-world experience of walking, rather than maybe holding on to the back of their pants or holding on to a belt maybe around their waist. Now we can harness them in and just give them a wonderful real-life experience to really build their strength and also create a real safe environment to do that. A few other things in terms of equipment. We have a great piece of equipment to really focus on eye-hand coordination and really assess that, as well as treat people with eye-hand coordination issues, especially someone maybe recovering from a stroke or a head injury, or we're looking at maybe even reaction times for someone maybe to see if they're really safe about driving. So that's what we use that type of equipment for. And we also have another particular area of our building that's just dedicated to pediatrics. And many people don't know, but we have grown in that service. We, about 3 or 4 years ago, we've doubled the services for our pediatric patients, and so we're seeing anywhere from 30 to 70 kids a day, depending on the day.
What types of services?
Yeah, that's we see physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy services for our kids, and so that could be something for maybe a child who's learning how to talk, a developmental delay, or it could be something more like autism, maybe a behavioral component to autism. Maybe it's a child learning who might not be able to communicate with words, but maybe they need an alternative communication.
Could you just tell us a little more about the collaborative care aspect of this?
Yeah, one of the wonderful things about having this large rehab center is that we have about 50 providers from all different specialties in one building. So if we might be treating you for neck pain, something, and during that process you might have vertigo, or you might get really dizzy, or you might the great thing about this collaborative environment is we can go to someone right 2 desks down who is an expert in treating dizziness or vertigo, and we can ask them, and we can maybe even co-treat with them. And so we just have this ability with a large facility to kind of collaborate and provide really highly specialized services that you won't find anywhere else in our community.
There's a huge garden that's being constructed in a play area.
Yep, that's correct. So we are in the process of building a therapy community play area, is what we're calling it, and it is marvelous. It's going to be one of those showstoppers, and really, it came out of this need to have an accessible playground and an accessible space for kids with disabilities and kids with special needs.
You don't really think about it, but I've also heard families with children with special needs driving to playgrounds where they can get their wheelchair into certain play structures and stuff, because and you wouldn't really think about it, but being able to get up to things, get around different types of play structures and stuff.
And that's a great question, and that's a common theme that we've heard from our parents. As we were thinking about this and planning this playground, we had a parent user group come in. We had some of our therapists with our architects and so forth to help design that, because a lot of times our families are avoiding playgrounds because their child in a wheelchair might not be able to access that. And not only that, but maybe their other children who might not have special needs, they aren't able to go to a playground.
How can people learn? How can people learn more? Where do they go to learn more about the Rehabilitation Center?
Yeah, so we have a website that you can certainly learn more about. And the other thing, our building is open to the public, but in order to access our services, we do require a referral from a physician or from a provider, whether it's a primary care or maybe one it's a specialist provider.
Well, so it's been exciting seeing it develop, the gardens growing, the new trees being planted all around it, and this just beautiful building. I can't say enough about it. It's a knockout. It's a showstopper, as you say. But the services, they're here, they're now, and they are accessible. And go find out more. Go to their website. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today and giving us this tour. Love it.
Well, thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining us today on InSight. We'll see you again.